Hi, Salma. Thank you for getting a reading with me. Thank you for supporting me in this way as a Goddess Glow sister. And if you stay tuned at the end of the video, I will be giving you a gift for graduation and for supporting, because doing this has really helped me see what works and what doesn't work and how to streamline things better for myself and my business. So I definitely want to give you a gift for that. So this is a reading for 2018, and at the end of I will be drawing an oracle card for you for 2018, and this is one of my favorite oracle decks. There is a healing process that's in it. So at the beginning of every reading, I like to ground and center, which is 3 deep breaths. So you can come along with me if you wish to ground and center. So my feet are on the floor and I'm breathing really deeply all the way to the base of my spine, and then exhaling any tension. 3 more breaths. Exhaling and clearing any stagnation. And then the last inhale. Exhale, and just like to shake it all out. So as I've cleared myself, I am just a translator of the stars and the cards for you, and I do call upon the guides of Sulma, the healed ancestors, and the guardians that surround Sulma and myself as well, and then beings of truth, wisdom, insight, and righteousness to join us for this reading, so that Sulma gets information that she needs to grow into her more realized self. Okay, so when I look at your chart, I see that the past couple years, you have felt like a more tightness or unsureness of what to do in life, where to go, how to make things happen, how to travel, how to deepen your knowledge with your work, and with your own exploration of self. That's because Saturn was on your North Node, but it's transiting out of that. So going from a place where you're unsure about and feeling like there's a lot of blocks into pushing forward with your life, now Saturn will be in Capricorn, which is in your house of career, and this is more or less just Saturn comes in to teach us. Saturn is the father of Zeus or Jupiter, and he comes to teach us hard lessons, but in the end they're lessons that help us grow into our manifested 3D selves. This is why Saturn can be difficult for some people, because sometimes the 3D is a little bit difficult to integrate into, because we came into the 3D, but we're not 3-dimensional beings. It's just this vessel of our bodies. So you naturally, by having a square of your Mars to your house of career, and in your 10th house, your house of career, you have Uranus and Neptune, and since you have your Mars, which is your instincts and your action, squared Neptune and Uranus, there is this sense of having an imagination and intuition that is so powerful that it's difficult to suss out which is imagination and which is your instinct. Squares in our chart is usually what we came to evolve past, and evolve as in working through it in order to grow into just a more evolved being. And the lesson to integrate to have like a Mars squared your Neptune is to really, really like own your imagination and own your intuition, because it's really going to bring about more about your instincts and show you more about your instincts. Like, instincts don't have to be fear-based, and your like instincts are basically rooted in more of the astral 3D. Well, I guess it'd be more the 5D, really, to be honest. And then with a Mars squared your Uranus, it can be difficult in trusting your ability to go after your ambitions in a direct way, and playing too safe at this time, as Saturn is transiting your natal Uranus and Neptune. Playing it safe can bring in more frustration and resentment. And the lesson of Uranus and Neptune, well, Saturn transiting Uranus and Neptune in your career, is definitely like showing you where things don't work, where showing you tension between like ongoing like search for freedom along with needing to feel grounded and secure, especially in relationships, and maintaining balance. There's a tendency to care too much what other people think. Usually more or less family members, but it also could be friends, in regards to your career and your spiritual journey, because it may change, and it may change quickly. Be ready for that, because Uranus is like the rebel. Also, this would be a good time to support a cause, whether that is whatever calls to you, to support a cause and to speak up in politics in the way that is most authentic to you. That action is going to like help with not only that need to like feel control, but also tampering like erratic willpower, which will happen because it can be tamed. And then be comfortable that sometimes you will need to do a strong release to usher in a new area of creative enrichment within yourself. So a strong release, especially in relationships, like just a really like intense conversation with, friends or family, if it already hasn't happened already. I kind of get the sense that it is, or it's brewing. And then you will be able to have more like conversations with your guides and your guardians, with your angels, whatever title resonates with you. And that bridge to like the higher realms, and then like putting your instinct in the higher realms, because your instinct is already there. It's just that with doubt, it can be easy to tap out. So I didn't even tell you like your sun, moon, and rising. So your sun is Virgo at 8 degrees. Your moon is in Pisces at 8 degrees. You're born in a full moon, and it's very, very, very rare to have your sun and your moon in the exact degree. So congratulations. It's very powerful and very balancing, even though there is a polarity of Virgo being like the perfectionist and like the one that is very critical, and then Pisces, which can be very woo, like very fluid, very both are immutable, so they're both like very transformative. Pisces transforms emotion, Virgo transforms experiences. The shadow or the lower octave of both of these signs is the need for manipulation or control. Whether with like Virgo, it's like kind of like controlling the situation. With Pisces, it can be like passive aggressive manipulation emotionally. Your rising is also Pisces, so it's pretty wonderful to have your rising the same as your moon. You know, you can wear your heart on your sleeves, and it can be difficult to lie. And your moon is in your 12th house. 12th house is ruled by Pisces, but for you, it is ruled by Pisces and Aries. So this also leads to like a deeper intuition and deeper like psychic prowess by having your moon in 12th, because the 12th house is our subconscious. So shadow work comes easier for you the most. Like, you're very aware, so that part of being very aware of shadow may feel difficult, and it may be easy to criticize yourself because you can see that shadow without like much work. As Saturn is like, and Saturn is big because it's coming into its home sign, and it's also in your career, and I can see that you've got more clear in the direction to go, and you're going to get even more clear in the direction that you can go. There will be more opportunities that will come up for you to like go into higher learning, whatever that means to you. That could be like a yoga teacher training, or you know, some kind of like course online, or university, whatever you choose. But so more opportunities to learn, to be an apprentice, more opportunities to travel will come, especially dive into those that relate to your career, because you got to break out of that familiarity. And it's a good time, as Saturn is in your 10th with Uranus and Neptune there, to integrate the familiar with the unfamiliar, alchemizing contrasting energies. And stifling unconventionality will be pretty unsuccessful at this time. Personal freedom will be at the forefront of breaking out a stifling situation or mindset, and do what needs to be done to make everything like line up. However, since you naturally have your Mars squared your house of career, dive into like letting go, dive into those needs that are very scared that they won't get met unless everything's in perfect order. So dive into those and learn to let go of what could be, because once we let go, we're in this receptive mode, and that receptive mode is when we can receive like unexpected kindness, unexpected opportunities, unexpected relationships coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in our life and the lives of others. And as these like sensitivities and vulnerabilities like crop up, especially around your career and just around yourself in general, like your capability, as these like blind spots become visible, acknowledge it with self-love, because instead of like kind of cringing and going in, you know, you can like grow so much faster by seeing like these faults and just acknowledging them, not trying to make them to be different. I'm looking now at your Venus, because Venus is how we materialize wealth and relationships and just like beauty in our life. It's in Leo, and so to like, you know, a partner or like a friendship would be very deepened if you can be like playful and really creative with them, and like there's someone that you can kind of like show off with, and I don't mean that in an egotistical way. I just mean that someone that's going to like show up if you go out to parties, or someone that takes you out to places. So like being like extroverted within your relationships is important to you, and there can be like a pride and refinement, and that just gets you more notice, because it will be important to work with others as you start developing your career. So that's it for 2018, the biggest being Saturn and Capricorn. I'm going to give you a quick card reading, and then I have a gift for you. So I'm going to put the mic down. Hopefully it doesn't sound too sketchy. So this is for like a healing to help bring in what you want to for the new year. Be led by the path before you. I love how she's just kind of falling with petals in her hand with the yak there. So the Wild Kuan Yin oracle is based on Tibetan tradition. Yaks kind of like bridge us, take us to those like higher places in the mountains. And she's just kind of like, she kind of looks nervous, but also like she knows what she wants. And I love how there's all that land behind her. I'm going to read it from a book so that we could do the healing. It says, do you ever wonder if life is heading in the right direction? Do you ever question whether or not you should choose to do things differently? If there is a path you are meant to be on, you perhaps missed it somehow. We have a talent for vision, for big dreams and bold imaginings. Then the reality of life in this moment may not always live up to our expectations. Perhaps it seems just a touch too ordinary to be considered a date with divine destiny. Then maybe we are working hard but not feeling like we are getting anywhere, not making obvious progress that serves as evidence to confirm that indeed we are journeying successful along our path. Spiritually, we can sometimes make the most progress when physically there appears to be the least happening, when the divinity of our path is hidden under the ordinary day-to-day hard work of not quite feeling like you're there yet moments. We are building our spiritual muscles: courage, faith, trust, determination, commitment, patience, and serenity. When the spiritual muscles grow strong enough, the physical world responds to their exertion by taking shape and responding to that inner power. While there will still be ordinary moments in our lives, we will start to feel the extraordinary divine presence even then. This will be as well as experiencing the beautiful fulfillment of feeling our soul coming to life in the world, manifesting our heart's desires before our eyes, confirming that our faith and patience have been expressions of wisdom. Remember that you're living your life, and that is what you're meant to do. It's through participation in your life as it is now, one step after the other, that we become clearer, then your purpose is able to translate itself in the spiritual realms of divine inspiration into the physical world, where it comes tangible, visible ways. This oracle brings you further guidance that there are some twists and turns coming up in your life path. These changes will help you. Trust them. Keep taking them one step after the other. Do not pull away from where you're being led by your life journey, even if sometimes it is in the opposite direction to where you feel you should be going. Sometimes it may seem challenging because you don't see or know what is to come next. You may fear that it's not enough change is happening yet. There is greater hand guiding you in your course, and it's safe to trust it. Don't make things more complicated than they need to be. Don't rush it out of fear or panic or try to sort out an issue. Be patient and allow it to unfold. The universe knows what you are in need of. The Divine Mother is with you, always giving birth through you to the fullness of your destiny. Take pause when needs be and rest. Then take the next step. This oracle is asking you to keep things simple. Do what you can now. If there is something you cannot do as yet, that is fine. Let it be. The time will come when you'll be empowered to take the next step. So get into a comfortable seat as we do this healing process. You can say this prayer out loud if you feel called to. I call upon the blessing of Kuan Yin, who loves me without condition. Bless my life path. Help me take the steps I need with perfect timing and perfect trust. All I need is brought into my life exactly when I need it. I need not search. I simply need to take one step at a time and live from my heart. I ask you to help me have confidence and trust to do this, to watch over my path, intervene and guide me according to divine grace. I receive your blessings with gratitude. Thank you. Through my own free will, so be it. As you say this prayer, imagine, sense, or feel a golden light gathering above your head. Imagine it filled with love. Now visualize vibrant red petals of a sweet flower spiraling down this golden column of light until you are completely held within it, the petals spiraling around you. Then imagine, sense, or feel the golden light and red petals flowing down to the earth beneath you, becoming a path before you, golden and dappled with the soft red velvety flower petals upon it. You may like to feel or imagine your feet walking along that path. Repeat the prayer out loud if possible. You have completed your healing process. So thank you for being a part of this reading. I've really realized how much I need to do live readings, not recorded readings. I feel that it helps me be a better translator instead of like doing a voicemail, basically. The gifts that I have for you is that I am starting a Facebook group. For others, it's paid because I'm giving over 21 hours of content a month, and it will be about astrology, so you don't need to know that much about astrology, but how we can like integrate the energies of the cosmos into our body through yoga. So because I'm really tired of hearing people like complain about the full moon or Mercury retrograde, that's just like stiffness of gravity in our bodies, which causes pain, that we're not working through, which can be done through yoga to work out those kinks. And then I'm giving like tarot readings every week, and then like for the full and new moon, on full moons I'll be doing distant Reiki healing, which I do a group of people that are from around the world. Most of them are like from Japan when I lived there. And then I'm also like talking about the plants that correspond with what's going on with the stars, and then crystals. And then I give like a recipe each week for, just like a healthy recipe, plant-based, no sugar, no gluten. So if you're interested, it is free for all Goddess Glow members until the spring equinox, and then it'll be 11/11 for the entire time that you decide to stay in the group. I do understand that Facebook is kind of not the most favorable place. However, as net neutrality comes, Facebook is the most accessible, and honestly, you can make it be a heaven on Facebook if you want it to be. And so this will be an avenue for that. So it'll be yoga, it will be tarot card readings, it will be astrology, horoscopes, it will be yoga and healing, and basically like rituals to integrate what's happening in the cosmos and how to use those energies to help manifest what you want. And yeah, if you're interested, let me know. After spring equinox, it'll be 11/11 every month for as long as you decide to be there. For others, because I'll be raising the price as it goes on, so once you get in, then you stay at that low price, but by the time that y'all come in, it'll probably be like $21 per person per month. So thank you, Sulma, so much. I would love to hear feedback of this reading. Also, I will give you half off any live reading on my website, and I will have that set up really soon. I need to get my own career going, but thank you so much for supporting me as I put this on the internet. So thank you, much love.